It's Eden again with the University of Missouri Extension, and we are getting a lot of questions about food preservation and people that are new to food preservation. And one thing we're going to do today is we are going to do a refrigerated pickle. There are three different ways you can do pickling. One is a fermented pickle. This would have been done in big barrels back in the day. It would have been for letting that pickle naturally ferment in a brine. And then there's a quick pickle, which a lot of people do these days that don't want to wait that process. And it's filling the jars, canning it, and processing. A refrigerated pickle is great for people who are just new to food preservation, or you guys go through pickles really quickly, and you just want to eat it and have it in your refrigerator. So this is nice because there's not a lot of equipment, extra things you might need. What we're going to do first is we're going to make the solution to go into your jar. And for us, we're going to do it in one big jar that we're going to have here at the office for the employees to eat. We actually have people who love pickles that much. And so first thing you do is find a reliable recipe. We pulled ours from a Ball canning book, okay? And the other thing you need to make sure when you get started in doing this is making sure that your vinegar follows the recipe. So my recipe said it needed to be a vinegar that had a 5% acidity to it. And so that is something I always make sure that my acids that I'm using and my pickling recipes match the recipe, the ones that I'm physically using, okay? So our recipe, first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring this mixture up to a boil, okay? So this is hot, and my recipe calls for 2 cups of vinegar, okay? So I'm going to add that here. It also calls for 2 cups of water, so I'm going to add that. Then I'm going to go ahead and do 6 tablespoons of pickling salt. If you're curious about what the difference is between regular table salt and pickling salt, we did a video on that if you need more information. Half a cup of sugar. And then I have 2 tablespoons of a pickling mix. This book is wonderful. It can tell you how to make your own pickling mix, or you can buy commercial ones. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the sugar and salt bring up to a boil and dissolve. Then we are going to hold this boil for 10 minutes. After this gets dissolved and boiled, I'm not going to make you all watch this come to a boil, all right? Once this all comes up to a boil, you guys don't have time for that. I'm going to pour this over my big jar of cucumbers, and I'm going to cover and let this sit for 30 minutes at room temperature, just like my recipe had told me to do. When I let it sit at room temperature, I'm going to cover it. This came with a nice lid. If you are going to put it and divide it up into different jars, and you have this one big bowl letting this kind of marinate in it, you can use wax paper or aluminum foil, and then you can divvy it up into your jars. And then once we get this to sit at room temperature, I will come back and finish up this recipe for you all to watch to see how to do a refrigerator pickle. So tune in for the next little segment so we can finish up this pickling recipe, and so where you all have your time of day. Nobody wants to watch that. All right, me boiling some mixture. So we'll see you in a bit, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.